Right, so I'm working on my translation of Oswald Spengler's play Montezuma, which he wrote at the astonishingly early age of only 17 years old. But this is Oswald Spengler, who's very precocious and German and cultured and so forth. So I'm about two-thirds of the way through with my translation, and I'm going to read this scene from Act 3. It's the fourth scene of the play, not the fourth scene of Act 3. So, and this is a pivotal scene, one of the best scenes in the play. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Palace of Montezuma, as in scene 2. Montezuma, alone. So the Spaniard demands an audience, which this assault necessitates for him. Is that still asking, am I no longer master? Should this stranger be allowed to demand everything? My entourage has been warning me for a long time, warning my son and the people. I did not heed the warning. Now the possibility of disaster appears before my eyes, and what I always concealed from my friends now robs me of my peace of mind, for it was not only my wish when I received the stranger like a visiting king. A feeling of darkness has never left me since that day. Misfortune looms. I do not know it for certain, and yet I feel it, for ominous messengers always precede every great fate. So now I must ponder motives. I could not punish them, nor could I persecute them, and yet I hated them like the others did. An old saying echoes like a warning through my heart. Man's fate is not that of his own will. He believes himself to be free, and yet he serves chance. And even the ruler himself must bow to that power. The course of man has been inscribed into the world along cosmic lines of fate. Only that which is inevitable happens, and must happen. Even if one has tried for the best outcomes, yet fate decrees it. One must perish. You spirit of goodness, who loves us eternally, who gave us joy so that we might forget our suffering, that you cannot take away from us, for fate rules you as it rules man. I ask you, in my soul's doubt, if it is my destiny after a reign that has brought happiness to my people. I have always loved them and served their welfare. If I am to be shattered in old age, then give me joy from the source, which you let flow inexhaustibly for us humans. It is magnificence, not just to wish for greatness, but to be allowed to accomplish it. And I was able to do so, for all my peoples have become great and happy under me. If fate now puts an end to this, then at least let me die fighting gloriously for them, and grant that my grandchildren will remember me fondly with love and respect, and in my fate do not deny me a silent tear. He stands pensively, then suddenly starts. Where are my senses wandering? Is there danger? I still stand firm. Should I change my mind, carefully remove myself from the disaster, just let the strangers have what they want? Cuitlahuac enters. The caciques of the empire have gathered, Father. I beg you to hear them this time, and the Spaniards have also arrived. It's the same old song, the same old complaints, which will all be over when they are gone. That moment will arrive soon. Father, a persistent grief has tormented you for a long time. I see your forehead deeply furrowed with concern. You do not know the worries of a ruler, my son. Cuitlahuac, I know what you have long wanted to hide from my soul. You are no longer as you once were. Must your son penetrate your secret? The Spaniards have been here since autumn, and now they want to stay even longer. Everyone urged you to dismiss the enemies. Confess, you yourself must realize that you have failed us here. Montezuma, I only acted as I had to, as my heart commanded me. Cuitlahuac, your proud heart, Father. You are a ruler. Your command brings happiness and misfortune to entire peoples. You must never consult your heart alone. The advantage of that great multitude who looks up to you with trust must guide you. A ruler who rules only with his heart is never great. It was a misfortune that the foreigners came, that now a shadow falls on the love that binds you to your people. Show that you are finally setting limits on the Spaniards. Drive them away. Everyone hates them. You used to be the idol of your people, so protect them, lest you soon have to confess, it was I failed you people. Montezuma, it pains me to hear this from your mouth, my son. Cuitlahuac, only my love compels me to say it. The people hate these foreigners, and they are forced to see you honor them with gifts and tolerate their transgressions, which they commit ever more openly and insolently, and yet they go unpunished. I know and see that discontent is obvious everywhere, and I fear what they secretly think of you. Montezuma, I can disregard that. The Spaniards have always been my enemies, and I have not protected them willingly for that long. The blame of a few bad people does not affect me. I have faith in the will of my people. Cuitlahuac, Take away that trust and this pillar will falter. The Aztecs have always been a brave people. They are used to being the victors. Their innate pride cannot bear the scorn of the Spaniards, and because you tolerate it calmly, they believe that the only reason you have endured their arrogance for so long is that you are afraid of them. Montezuma: Who dares to think that? Oh, believe me, I will show them that I am fearless. Cuitlahuac: Beware, father. There is a rumor going around that the Spaniards are planning an attack. That is why they wanted to come to you today. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but if there is, you must protect Mexico from this misfortune. Montezuma to himself, shocked: So it is true? Could my premonition come true so suddenly? Is that possible? To Cuitlahuac, worried: Where did you hear this news? Cuitlahuac: It's spreading through the streets. Everyone believes it. Montezuma: That cannot be. Cuitlahuac: You have every reason to fear Cortez. Montezuma: I defy this fear. He cannot threaten me, and he is aware of his own weakness, for he would never commit such a folly. If he really is planning something, then I await him. I can put a stop to him as I wish. Then I am no longer bound by my oath, and then woe betide him. Cuitlahuac: Why wait for him to strike the first blow? The Spaniards are not weak, not any more, since they brought all the peoples who once obeyed us over to their side. Beware of him, father. What is it that prevents you from forestalling their plan? Montezuma: My sense of honor. Even if I had reasons that would justify my actions to others, as emperor I could never act in such a way, for the unblemished reputation of my own people is my main concern. If I kill Cortez, whether he deserves it or not, it would still be a cowardly murder, and I will not do it. I ask your conscience, Cuitlahuac. As you will succeed me on the imperial throne, would you willingly sacrifice your honor just to rid the people of their enemy? Me? Cuitlahuac: Me? Certainly, father. Montezuma: Could you really do that? Cuitlahuac: Well, I am not evil, and I respect my conscience, but what the crowd calls honor is nothing but a concept that allows people to hide their true shallowness. The little man in the darkness of his herd, who is only born and dies, and then concludes his existence with oblivion, has only his honor to lift him up. If he loses it, he is dead while still alive. For mere words belong only to the herd. Montezuma: Honor lifts man above himself. Cuitlahuac: It is a shackle that always guides his thinking in narrow, well-trodden paths, and often forces him to act against his wishes and go straight toward his own misfortune. The crowd, lacking deeper insight, blindly follows the commandment of honor. But we are not created to tread this path of others, the well-trodden ones. We are above that, father. The rules they have made for themselves are not ours. It is an insult to me to sacrifice the high duty of the ruler to this construct of shallow, barren folly, to the idol to which fools sell themselves, to the concept of honor that stems from stupidity, and to surrender the welfare of the subjects. Montezuma: There is powerful meaning in these words, my son. I never saw it that way, as what has been unchangingly true for me since my youth. But can I trust you? Cuitlahuac: Yes, you can, my father. Let yourself be guided. Give in to the impulse that I see in your noble features. Shall these Spaniards ravage the land because a traditional custom prevents you from punishing them? Yes, you promised to spare their lives, but do not forget, they too have been indebted to you. You will never gain their respect if you cling fearfully to words that they despised from the beginning. Times are changing. A ruler cannot bind himself forever. He should protect the people from all harm, but nature does not proceed in such a steady manner. Chance approaches in changing forms and threatens his will from all sides. One must not determine in advance how one must act in the distant future. A single moment can make many things seem different. Renounce every duty to the Spaniards now, for they are dangerous and intend only harm to us. Montezuma: I thank you for my salvation. You have pulled me away from the abyss that wanted to devour me. Now I see my duties clearly. Today Cortez shall hear my will. Cuitlahuac: Do it immediately. The Spaniards are already here. I see them. Show them your severity. Exits. Montezuma: Indeed I will. Now I am freed from the burden of pain that weighed heavily on my heart. Now I feel at peace with myself. My fate has not yet come to pass. It only raised its distant dark head and frightened me. I am as powerful as before. I have the firm will that always helps me. Cheerful days still lie ahead of me, and I can look calmly into the future. The caciques enter and stand to the side of the throne. Then Cortez follows with the Spaniards, who stop in front of Montezuma. Montezuma coldly: Fernando Cortez, you asked me to hear you once more. Cortez: Noble Emperor, through your mercy we came here and found protection. You made a pact of friendship with us, the strangers, and granted us the right of hospitality, which is sacred to all peoples. We have always sought to keep the pact, and no duty has become too difficult for us. But unfortunately, this was not the case on your part, displeasure of the Aztecs. Aztecs, you will forgive a man who is responsible for so many lives when he does not conceal where he sees danger. Violence is not our way. We have been deterred from it by your friendship, Tewas. But yet that does not prevent you from secretly doubling the number of Tlaxcalans whom, according to the treaty, you are not supposed to reinforce, murmurs from the Aztecs. Cortez, embarrassed, but that is not the case. Tewas, you have been recognized. We know it only too well. Cortez, it is only caution only, the Tlaxcalans. Montezuma, that will be determined later. Now explain what has brought you here to me once again. Cortez, a few days ago a messenger came to me from my Spaniards in Vera Cruz. They were attacked there at night by a superior Aztec force, and the cacique led the attack himself. My men are holding their ground, but many have died, and encouraged by the Aztecs' sudden success, everyone far and wide is rising up to fight. I must bear this, and from your people. So they have withdrawn their hospitality from us. Perhaps you did not know of this, but I beseech you, O Emperor, do not tolerate it, or you will be mocked. Loud indignation from the chiefs. Montezuma, you speak very boldly. I am amazed at your words, and all the more so because they are untrue. I am not accustomed to hearing the language of strangers, Cortez. Cortez, your reproach hits home. It is hurtful to scold us based on empty rumors, but you have the power to put a stop to this. Montezuma, your arrogance has become too much for us. It must come to an end. Hear, caciques, what the foreigners are doing in this country. I too know what has been going on with them and want to reveal the truth without mercy. At my request, we tolerated them for a long time while they provoked the people with insolent mockery. I wanted to avoid an open conflict. But when the Spaniards invaded our temples to plunder them and carried off with greedy hands their gifts of pious devotion, we Aztecs broke out in anger and took revenge as the deed demanded. You think that is a breach of contract, Cortez? Well, I think we all know who is at fault here. Cortez, I must confess we are not without blame, but if the assault on our garrison goes unpunished, we will not be safe from attack here either. Montezuma, the punishment for that would be death. Enough! You had protection as long as you stayed here. That time is now over. Tomorrow, you will leave our city and go to the coast, and until then you shall be under our protection. Aguilar, but there is still much to discuss. Cacama, why don't you tell us at last what your intentions are here in this country? You are always looking for new reasons to stay here. No one trusts you anymore. Tewas, Spaniards beware, we have swords too. Loud applause. Montezuma, you see, no one here wants you to stay. Go, go, and do not disturb our peace any longer. Cortez, but I must stay, Montezuma. Loud uproar from the chiefs, shouts of hatred. Montezuma, silence! I will not change my mind. You will leave. I will grant you this one favor. The Tlaxcalans may accompany you. They will be punished for their apostasy once you have left the country. Cortez, my emperor. Cacama, since you have been here, we have heard nothing but of your wicked deeds. There is no one here who does not deeply despise you and wishes never to see you again. He who plays fast and loose with the sacred oath deserves nothing but contempt. Aguilar, you should give us a chance. We are not dishonorable people. Tewas, you are lying, and you know it. Do you think we are stupid? And that you, a mere band of outlaw brigands, can look down on us? Have you seen this empire, studied it thoroughly, and seen what we have achieved? And yet you, Cortez, you think you can look down on us? Alvarado and Aguilar, but we want to promise you. Many caciques, you are liars, liars! An awkward silence ensues. Cortez stands up. It will come to nothing if we argue here any longer. Your court is in turmoil. I still have an important word to communicate to you, which is only for you. No one else may know it. It was the purpose of my coming. Give the order that we be left alone for a short time. Montezuma also stands up. The chiefs come closer. I have no secrets from the princes. If you want to tell me, do it now. This is the last time you will stand before me. Leon to Cortez, press upon him if the emperor fears you. Montezuma, indignant, you dare, scoundrel? Oh, you shall feel that you have not slandered me with impunity. Go, my princes, leave us alone here. Do you think I fear these robber bandits? They shall tremble before me. Go immediately, and let all the Aztecs know that tomorrow the Spaniards will leave the city. All Aztecs leave the hall. Cortez, when I return to my king and report the outcome of my journey, and you answer before his throne, I cannot come to him empty-handed, for Montezuma. I realize that in Spain it is customary to express every emotion of the heart only in gold. That is why I filled your hands with it. Cortez, everything that your kindness allowed us to receive was given to the soldiers. So allow me, Montezuma. I do not like to haggle, for it disgusts me. You will be given as much as you want. Do you have any other wishes? Tell me. Cortez, after some consideration, my king rules the peoples of half the world with his mighty will. Here, too, his scepter already rules, far and wide. When he heard that on the distant coast there was an unknown wonderland, Montezuma, speak briefly, and spare me these speeches. They are a waste of my time. Cortez, he did not send me to make friends with you, for he has no need of them. Montezuma rises. But listen, the princes of Europe are subject to him, and no one defies the king's command. I am the bearer of his high will. No one defies the king, and the king commands that you obey him. Montezuma stands up again. This is going too far. My forbearance is being abused. Leave me. Go at once. I have heard enough of your lies. Cortez, consider that he asks you for this in peace. Do not provoke his anger. If he wishes, he will send an army, and no enemy has ever resisted the power of his weapons in battle. Montezuma, I fear no enemy in open battle, and I will await him calmly. But tell him, this unknown ruler, here I am emperor, and I defy him. If he desires to show his power, let him send his armies, but no one, not one man, will return alive from these foreign lands. Where do you Europeans get the right to invade the lands of foreign peoples that do not concern you? With violence and deceit, merciless brutality and cruelty, you always allow yourselves the right to revile the beliefs of other peoples and spread your own. Is your God better than ours? We have many, and you have only one. Your God is outnumbered. Are we not human beings who also have rights? You force free peoples into obedience. They are made to serve your despicable interests. And those of us who insist on justice must die in disgrace. You trampled our happiness underfoot without any mercy, just to enrich yourselves on its ruins. That is the glory of the white people. I want nothing to do with you. I did not call you. Be content with the homeland you were given, and let us live peacefully in ours. I do not seek revenge on your people. They may be themselves, but leave us Aztecs alone. Cortez, what you say here our king should know, and I can assure you he will be angry with such words. I warned you. Now you must bear the consequences yourself. So I now come to my first request. We Spaniards may not be without blame for that bloody deed, but so are yours. I want to punish the guilty according to the law and demand the same from you. The prince who treacherously led the Aztecs shall, Montezuma, it is my right to decide whether he shall be punished. You have no rights in my country. Cortez, it is not stubbornness that makes me insist on this, but honor that compels me to fulfill my duty as a commander. I am dishonored if I allow the death of my men, who have placed their fate in my hands, without avenging it. Pausing. I was told that you value honor highly. Is that not so? Montezuma, you have guessed my heart. I will not hide the truth from you. The man you accuse is in this city. He can justify himself before you at once. Cortez, it is said that the other side would also be heard. The Spaniards must come too. Montezuma, I cannot tolerate hidden agendas. Tell me openly what your intentions are. Law and justice are a welcome pretext for you to prolong your stay again and again. Cortez, there is a deeper reason behind it. You see for yourself that I cannot leave. And is it useful to seek other reasons? We will need twice as much protection in the future. I see no defense against the weapons that threaten us throughout the country. Until now, your will has shielded me well, but now it has become clear that it is not capable of keeping the wrath of the crowd away from us. In this emergency, it is a just desire that you provide us with sufficient guarantees for the lives of my soldiers, not just words. Montezuma. Is that the thanks I get for being so kind, for granting you everything? Indeed, far too much. You are never satisfied with your fortune, and insatiable, without shame or fear, you reach further with greedy hands. You want to interfere in my kingdom. I know your ways, white men from the East. Cortez. Not out of greed, but out of self-defense. I'm afraid I must insist. Montezuma. What should be requested with humility is now being demanded freely and insolently. You forget who is the ruler here. Cortez. Tell me straight out if you're going to protect us. Montezuma. Once again, I will forget the past and guarantee your safety. No one should blame me for the death of you strangers. If I order that you be spared, not a hand will be raised to draw a sword. Cortez, calmly and firmly. I beg you, as long as we need protection, since you alone, by your reputation and person, are able to keep the people from us, to vouch for our lives. In our camp you shall have everything in imperial splendor and retinue. You must stay there for our safety. Montezuma. Treacherous scoundrels! Vile people! You servants who have crept into my trust through cunning and deceit, and you now dare to demand that I myself, the emperor, surrender to the hands of foreign robbers as a prisoner? You dare? You who live by my grace? The bond of friendship is torn forever. Flee from here as quickly as you can. Cortez, coldly. You are mistaken, and you do not offend me, my emperor. Your accusation merely ricochets off my heart. You shall now atone for the full measure of your debt. No one will escape death. Cortez. You are mistaken if you believe that things are now as they were before. It is solely through your weakness, call it what you will, that our standing among the people has quickly grown stronger. Now I may casually deride your threat. I am no longer the powerless stranger, powerless and without rights. If the people stand by you, I have the terror of the Tlaxcalans, who hate you for your mistreatment of them, on my side. Many peoples have already fallen to me. So it would seem that I have some weight here, too. Emperor? Montezuma. You dare threaten me, scoundrel? You dare do that here? In my house? That is unheard of, and I will take terrible revenge for it. Now I am free and unbound by all our oaths. Nothing binds me. Goes to the door. You shall know me. Aztecs, come. Cortez follows him. Back. You are alone here. Don't forget, you are now in our hands. Montezuma draws his sword. Wretches, so cowardly and deceitful. Do you think you're going to overcome me? Away! Begone! I will strike down anyone who dares to touch me. Cortez. Put down your weapon. You are surrounded. Montezuma. I will never surrender. Stand back, cowards. For the last time, stand back! Cortez. I warn you once more. Surrender peacefully. Montezuma. Never! Leon has positioned himself behind the emperor. Why do you hesitate? Why do you want to spare him? Save your words. Strike the savage down. Everyone rushes at him. He fights back and kills one opponent, but is ultimately overpowered. A Spaniard. Throw him to the ground. Tie him up. Another. Surrender. Montezuma wants to stab himself. So I will die. Aguilar. Quick, take the sword away from him. Cortez mockingly. Do you want to save your honor with your death? For that you sold your people to us. Now it is too late, and now I am master of this land, through your own fault, and merely for the sake of your honor. So lay it down, dear emperor. Lay the sword down. Montezuma, broken. After a long silence. Here is my sword. Lead me out of the palace. He throws down his sword. Too late. Too late. So I am punished out of vain ambition. I forgot myself. And this revenge, too, was deserved. Farewell, halls of my noble ancestors. I am unworthy to see you ever again. Alvarado. Let's go. The princes might find you here. Aguilar. There is danger. Leon, who has gone to the vestibule. Quick. Everyone is gathering. They will invade if we do not hurry. Montezuma. Hear me just once, Spaniard. Hear me, Cortez. If my downfall moves you, do not refuse my request. Do not let the Aztecs know that I am a prisoner. Tell them that I am following you of my own free will. It is the first lie of my life, but If they were to learn the truth now, the shame before my people would kill me. Cortez, it shall be done. Now hurry. Time is precious. They exit. The loud roar of the crowd can be heard. After some time, Cuitlahuac, Tehuas, and other chiefs enter through the vestibule. A chieftain, treason! We have been sold! Another, I can't believe it! Tehuas, who will save our country if our emperor is gone? Cacama and others rush in from the back door, many at once. What is all the noise? What has happened? Others following. Horror! The floor is covered in blood. Who killed him? Tehuas, hear the terrible news. The emperor has been captured. General horror. Cacama staggers back. My poor emperor. What? It can't be. Another. Impossible. No, you're mocking us. Another. The Spaniards took him away. Another. He resisted. One of those dogs is still lying here. Others simultaneously. Whoa. What will become of us? Cacama. Couldn't you free him? Cowards. He would have died for you. And you abandoned him? To Cuitlahuac. You too, his son? Cuitlahuac stands motionless. Tehuas. He was not captured. Hear the truth. He left us voluntarily and followed them. Many, confused. You're lying. That's not true. He never did that. Tehuas. I attacked the Spaniards. Then he called for calm and said that he was not forced. Cacama, trembling. What are you saying about my emperor? You're lying. A cacique. It's true. Montezuma went voluntarily. Cacama. He would have died here. Surrendered? Another. He could never have forgotten himself like that. Another. He didn't seem so strong in the end. Another. It's true. He feared the Spaniards. Others at once. So he abandoned us. Woe betide us. Cuitlahuac, fighting back his emotion with a terrible voice. Silence, all of you. Listen to me. It is my father who betrayed us. We are now completely abandoned, at the mercy of our enemies. Only battle can restore our old freedom. It is our highest duty. The enemy is strong, and without a leader, victory is impossible. Many at once. Who shall lead us? Montezuma is gone. Cacama. Only he commands the people's obedience. He always led, and without him, no one wants to fight anymore. Others. Lead us, Cuitlahuac. We trust you. Cuitlahuac. I must wipe away the shame that is upon him. Never before has an Aztec surrendered. Cacama. You are next in line to your father's throne. Prove yourself worthy of your ancestors. Lead us. All. We trust you. Lead us into battle. Cacama. We are bound. When the battle begins, Montezuma will die. Do not forget what he has done for us in times past. Some. Now he has betrayed us. Others. To battle. A cacique. We will all die if we do not defend ourselves. Cuitlahuac. I will lead you. Give everything you have if you do not want to lose your freedom. They are already greedily eyeing our treasures. They begrudge us our happiness, begrudge us the high faith of our fathers. The most precious thing is in danger. Will you follow me? All enthusiastically. Lead us wherever you want. We will follow you. Cuitlahuac. We cannot fight them openly now, as befits the Aztecs. My father remains as their hostage. I love him, and I cannot hate him as a traitor. He shall remain alive. Cunning and deceit, through which the Spaniards have enslaved us, shall save them. Their crooked paths are now ours. We must seek freedom in the darkness of the dirtiest deceit. Cacama. Nor must the people know of our plans. Where many know, the enemy hears too. Cuitlahuac, showing his sword. Who is ready to fall for our country and, if necessary, to die? All joyfully. All! All! Tehuas. The fatherland lacks no one in its hour of need. Cuitlahuac. So draw your swords and swear. All raise their swords. By Huitzilopochtli, who guides our terrible vengeance, swear, faithful as Aztecs, now the oath. The deceitful, treacherous Spaniards, who have insolently encroached upon our rights, we will now fight to the death and give our fatherland its freedom. They have disturbed our happiness and peace. They have insolently blasphemed our gods. We will now take revenge on them. No oath, no law shall apply between us and them. Every means is permitted. In the darkness of the silent night, with poison and dagger, with cunning, eloquence, and bribery too. Destroy them, wipe them off the face of the earth. The worst means shall not rest until the last one falls down dying. Cursed be he who still speaks of peace, who still raises his voice for a treaty. We have had to endure too much. No life shall be spared. When victory has brought us our long-awaited freedom, then the altar of Huitzilopochtli shall flow richly with the blood of the captives. Aztecs, swear eternal loyalty to our beloved fatherland. All. Yes, we swear. Cuitlahuac. Death to those who forget the oath. The curtain falls. Now try framing Spengler as the left does, as an intellectual colonizer. Good luck with that thesis, guys. Good luck with that.